I think I understand why she's doing this for the most part. I think she's trying to literally get people, and this is a very clever way to do it, to get people to believe in the dreams she is having of Charlie Kirk coming and giving her information. Literally, through her dreams, that's what she's saying. Charlie Kirk is giving her information by visiting her. She's put out these text messages, and I don't know if they're real or not, but she's putting out these text messages saying, of Charlie saying, hey, I think something crazy is going to happen. I think I'm going to get taken out, and I've been having dreams of this since I was like a little boy, and then having dreams of it more and more frequently. But then she goes on in this part to kind of show how divine she is, essentially how divine these things in her life are happening, by saying that they manifested Kanye West into tweeting about Candace Owens in 2018 with Charlie Kirk. But I have proof to show otherwise, that she actually got into contact with Kanye West in September of 2017 by Dave Rubin. Apparently Dave Rubin had contact, and he was going to introduce Candace. Now, I don't know 100% if he was successful in introducing her, but Dave Rubin claims that he was. In a now-deleted video, that is, too. And I'll show you that as well. This is all very, very strange, and I don't know why she's leaving this out. And I also have a video of, apparently, her abandoning Dave Rubin and treating him like he doesn't exist anymore. Just completely went dark on him, changed her numbers and everything. It's all bizarre, and I think it's worth pointing out because it's just such nonsense that Charlie Kirk is giving her all this divine information through her dreams. Like, Charlie Kirk is like, you gotta solve my murder, or I'm coming to you, like, in the form of a dream. It's very, very creepy. So let's go ahead. I'm going to turn this up to 1.5% speed so it gets through quicker. Because I want this to be as short of a clip as possible for you guys to be able to digest this.
Thing was happening in April of 2018. A lot of things actually were happening in April of 2018. But of course, hindsight is 2020. And I'm going to share some things with you. I don't know what everything means, but I know that it means something. Back when I did my initial tribute video to Charlie, some people took issues theologically when I said that the day that Kanye West tweeted, I love the way Candace Owens thinks, Charlie and I freaked out because we were convinced that we had somehow manifested that. I'm aware, I received tons of emails, this goes against Christian doctrine. This was 2018, I was not a Catholic, and I think it's important to discuss that and why we thought we manifested that, because it is extremely relevant to what took place thereafter. I have to explain that moment to you.
So she manifested, it just manifested. But let me show you guys, real quick, the, Candace Owens clips about Kanye West here.
Analogy. It's a perfect analogy.
Yeah. I know you admire Kanye West. Do you think that Kanye will be speaking out for the truth anytime soon, or has he been threatened into submission? Before you answer that question, I will tell you, although I can't tell everyone where we are right now, I do see Kanye often somewhere very near where we are right now. That's all I can say. So maybe I can work a little something there.
Oh my gosh. I am only a fan. People ask me, who are you a fan of? I'm only a fan of Kanye West. And the interesting thing is, popular Kanye quote is that if you're a fan of Kanye West, you're not really a fan of Kanye West. You're a fan of yourself, and you believe that you...
Okay, so anyway, let's get to this. I accidentally got out of the transcript, but look at this, guys. So we go from here, and it goes down to like 1:20, I think it is here. Let's see. Very hard for people to understand Kanye West or be fascinated by him, said to you. Kanye. Did he say anything about text? Let's see. Let me just kind of read through these real quick. Like, Kanye West still follows me. Okay, so we're here. Very hard people to understand him. Yes, I get that. Because he means things, whatever. It's all cryptic, right? Let's go find Kanye. Okay, here we go. This is whenever he's going to introduce him.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad we did this.
I'm so
I'm not
happy.
kidding. You want to go hunt down
Yeah,
Kanye?
let's go find Kanye. Let's
go hunt down Kanye.
Candace and I are going to go find Kanye West. But if you want more with her, we're going to do a Patreon exclusive rapid fire, which will be, it's exclusive, so it'll be on Patreon only. I thank you. I mean, it's so obvious to me. You're going to be like a rising star in this space, and we need allies wherever they are.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You're clear, and like you're saying your truth. I love it.
Thank you so much. I'm absolutely honored to be here.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, and then there's the Blair White he has on. Then he has Blair White and Candace on for debate, which is all great. But guys, this is a little strange. So this is literally September 28, 2017. It's right here that they get introduced. And then not even a year later, he's tweeting about her. Seems pretty well plausible to me. Doesn't seem like a crazy mystery. So I asked Grok. And I said, hey, Grok, did you know about Dave Rubin's offering to introduce Kanye West to Candace Owens? He's like, yeah, I'm familiar with this. Around 2018, they were all hanging around with each other. And I was like, hey, actually, did you know that he told Candace he would introduce her in September 2017? No, I was not aware of that specific detail until you mentioned it. Thanks for the nudge. After a little digging into archives, episode summaries, and related coverage, I can confirm it lines up with the timeline. On September 27, 2017, this is whenever he did the live stream, and then it fully processed the next day. Remember the whole 24 hours later before it would process a live stream on YouTube? That was crazy, right? Dave Rubin hosted Candace Owens by her then going by Red Pill Black persona for a live episode titled On Her Journey from Left to Right. On her journey from left to right. So Grok did excellent, hunting down of information there and updated itself. Okay, good. So I come down and I said, did Dave Rubin actually introduce her? Yes, Dave Rubin did actually introduce Candace Owens to Kanye West. He has confirmed this publicly on multiple occasions. So September 27th, 2017, Rubin report on there exclusively. If you ever want to talk to Kanye, I can make it happen and know him a little bit. And then, all that went on. So that's what I showed you guys. Early 2018, in later interviews on his show, Rubin stated he personally made the introduction via text or email. He knew Kanye would through mutual entertainment and political circles from his time at the Young Turks and his growing conservative network. Okay, so 2018 Kanye tweets. We got that. Then 2020, 2022, I'm the one who introduced Candace to Kanye. I texted him and said, you've got to meet this woman. She's saying what you're thinking, but I can't say it yet. The Rubin report 2021 reflected this on 2018. So yes, he did introduce her. Okay, so I said, link me the episode. And it says that the episode was on this specifically. I hope somebody can find an archive because I could not. How I helped launch Candace Owens and why it mattered in 2021. Here's the YouTube link. You click it, and unfortunately, it goes to a video that's not available anymore. Now.
Okay, real quick before he goes on, shout out to Artie Trolls. We're just watching Artie Trolls. He broke apart the whole narrative that Candace projected yesterday that, she met Kanye West through this truly organic, not contrived, she quote unquote called it, manifested it. Well, Artie is arguing and showing the receipts that no, Dave Rubin introduced you to him some time ago. And he's going to actually go on and say, y'all probably were in communication before that text message. The tweet, the infamous tweet that she thinks, shook the world, blah, blah, blah. By the way, if you want to play bingo with us tonight, I have my bingo board ready. I believe the mods have already dropped the bingo link. It's down in the description of this video as well. But go check it out. Join us to play bingo tonight. And I'll show you all my bingo board in a moment. Let's go.
Something existed on this link. I don't know if Grok's hallucinating or not, okay? Maybe this video didn't exist. But if you guys could help me get an archive to this video, I would greatly appreciate that because I've asked Dave Rubin, and so far, nothing. Dave Rubin does have this, though, and I suspect it's from that episode, but I don't know. Let's take a look.
First off, the cleanest way I can tell you this is that when Candace started getting real famous and the Kanye thing happened and everything else, one day out of nowhere, she unfollowed me on Twitter. So I had sort of helped her get to a certain extent, and then she unfollowed a bunch of people. Like, she had a bunch of people that she followed, and then she unfollowed me. So I took that sort of as like a mark of just like, and I'm not trying to create shit here. I really am not, actually. But I just kind of took that of a mark of like, oh, like, there is a limit to our friendship. Like, it was sort of transactional for you to a degree. Then, I don't know, a couple of years ago, she changed her phone number and didn't tell me. So I needed to contact her about something, and I had to go around a way. So it's like, I don't know, if you were friends with someone, would you be doing that? But again, I'm not doing this for drama purposes. I'm doing this to clean up some of the nonsense around this. Now, have I agreed with her positions on Israel and Gaza? Obviously not. Obviously not. She's gotten into it with me on Twitter a couple times. I would say in a fairly disrespectful way when if you are friends with someone, you can take it offline and deal with it that way. So that's really what I meant by that. By the way, I take no pleasure in that. I'm just telling you the reality as it is. I would also say that, one of the things that I think helped me stay sane throughout all this, because, friends come and go and fame comes and go and clicks come and go and all of that stuff, is that I have friends from before all this.
Okay. Anyway, doesn't matter. So, at the end of the day, why? Why is she leaving him out of all of this? Why is she making up that this is all manifested? Isn't it a little weird? It's almost like she wants you to believe that somehow she is psychic and wants you to believe that she is being told divinely that something's wrong. So there's no way you could, question her. She's on a divine mission now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is what she's trying to use to prove it. It's her text message or her tweet from Kanye. And she's trying to act like it just manifested. It wasn't. It wasn't. And now you're ditching the guy who actually introduced you to Kanye. I find that to be incredibly, incredibly dishonest and strange.
As I showed you yesterday, Charlie was having a lot of vivid dreams. Dreams that he said he had throughout his entire life, that he was going to die in a really tragic, quick way. But especially in April, he was having vivid dreams that something big was about to happen. This is in the weeks leading up to the tweet, okay? Full stop. Charlie knew, and I felt that we were on the brink of something big. Okay, you have to remember, we were young. I'm a lot older than Charlie. I was Charlie 24 at the time, maybe even 23 years old at the time. And we were doing the Fox News Gambit, every show on Fox News. But I was really just focused
Fun fact, too. She got introduced to Kanye before she met Charlie Kirk.
on BLM, Black Lives Matter. I felt they were lying to Black Americans and it was going to harm us. Neither one of us was very well known at this time. We had just kind of gotten together the November before. And it is just a fact that we were listening to Kanye West music every day. I mean, literally every day, especially the song Power, okay? I was telling Charlie explicitly, we have to get to Kanye West. I can tell by his music. This is what I'm saying to Charlie. I know these lyrics inside and out. This person does not want to be a part of the system. If we can get to Kanye, I think he'll join my Blexit movement. I got to wake up Black Americans to this scam that they're using our race to control our emotion.
Now, I have no doubt that there's a good possibility she knew that beforehand, all of this, right? She probably had Kanye's number at this point in time. And she was probably sitting there thinking, this guy actually, if I did get to him, yeah, his music reflects, thinking for yourself. I think he would be a good ally. And she was probably right about that. That was probably good gut intuition there, But at the same time, it's not like she didn't, at this point, have some way to contact him. She had 1 degree of separation. Maybe 2 at max. Maybe Dave Rubin had to talk to a secretary before talking to Kanye West. But that's only 2 degrees of separation. You've got Dave Rubin talking to the person. And then that person's right there giving it to Kanye. 2 degrees of separation. That's not crazy. That is not crazy at all. And all of us have roughly 3 to 4 degrees of separation between anybody now with the internet. We used to talk about 6 degrees of separation. It used to be a scientific study back in the day, right? Before the internet was really big. They were like, you're only about 6 people away from knowing somebody incredibly famous. And pretty much anybody in the world, you are only 6 degrees of separation from. With the internet today, it's about 4. And if you're Candace Owens, it's literally about 1 to 2 at this point in time anyway. She's probably a degree of separation from anybody she wants to talk to directly. She can get a hold of them directly just about because she's pretty much a celebrity now. Dave Rubin was holding that spot back in the day. Now, that video also on her journey, guys, this video got almost 3 million views.
This is April 13th, 2018. This is what I said to him, just so you can kind of get the vibe of what was going on. I said, yo, Kanye West writing a philosophy book called Break the Simulation. We need him, Charlie. He is Blexit AF. And Charlie wrote back, I love Kanye. He's my soul brother. I will find a way to him. I promise we have to. It's crazy to look at that and realize that he's about to tweet us, about to tweet me.
I don't think it was a coincidence, Candace. I don't think it was. And it's so easy to leave that out because that message is so vague enough. We need Kanye, They could have been messaging him already. They could be like, oh, man, he said he's going to do something for us. We're waiting for it. They knew something was coming up in April. But she's leaving out just enough. She doesn't show, the full text messages, so I don't know.
Right.
And these messages could also be fake. That's also a possibility as well. I have no idea. And that's the problem.
So there was this incredible buildup, and we felt this palpable energy, a shifting almost that we kept discussing in all the messages. Like something's happening in April. Something's happening. And then on April 16th, Mike Cernovich, you might be familiar with him, he does this series of tweets, having not spoken to me or Charlie about how we were feeling, saying that he was speaking to a lot of his friends who could feel that there was some sort of an energy shift happening. So you imagine, we're like, what? There is something definitely happening here. How could Mike Cernovich randomly be tweeting this series of tweets? It shocked me. So I sent those tweets to Charlie. I'm going to show you that now. These are from Mike Cernovich. He has since deleted these tweets, but you can ask him. He wrote, a change in energy. This is Mike Cernovich. A change in energy which stuns high consciousness. People does not mean bad. It simply means that it's cosmic. A paradigm is shifting. Something is happening, and that people get angry at me shows the shift. Why care? The energy manifests itself in different ways. He goes on to say several high...
See, it's just weird. And we don't know necessarily what he's talking about. He's like, yeah, we felt it too. And they're like, oh, man, look at this energy and stuff shift that's going on.
What does that mean?
We don't know exactly what context Charlie thought himself. All we see is just, yeah, we felt it too. But I don't know what this means or what this was for the time. Maybe they were saying the energy shift because they're noticing more young conservatives come out. I actually genuinely don't know. And I don't know if these text messages are even real or not. Okay? I can't quite verify that. But it's just vague enough to where Charlie could have meant anything by this. I don't know. And this is just it right down here.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the JWhit Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.